Hey everyone, how's it going? To the level here, as today I wanted to share some of the worst JRPGs I played. So, been seeing this trend going on for a while, and it's been fun watching everyone else's videos on this topic and kind of what they feel is their worst JRPG, right? And so I thought I would chime in and share kind of my thoughts, right? Because, not every game is going to be great, and there's some games that some of us despise more than others, right? So it's kind of cool to get that different perspective and kind of see, the ones I pick here, if other people actually love these games or not, right? So always fun to chat about, and of course, doing these worst kind of game videos, of course I'm definitely expecting a lot of interesting comments, that's kind of what you sort of should expect with these types of videos, right? But, they're fun to do every now and then. I like keeping things positive, but every now and then it's fun to look back at just ones that didn't gel with me and see if others love these games or not, right? Or if they agree with me. So, let's get started. And this first one isn't even one specific game, it's basically this whole company's games, and I would say it's pretty much 95% of Idea Factory / Compile Heart games I just cannot stand. I tried so many of these games, and pretty much the only ones I don't mind are ones where they might publish the game, but didn't actually develop it. Something like Dusk Diver 2 was published by Idea Factory, but wasn't developed by them. I do like that game, but these other ones, man, they're just this visual novel text, wall of text that conversations never go anywhere, and yes, this includes the Neptunia game, so I know this is going rile some people up because I know a lot of people love the Neptunia games and things like that, but man, I just do not like them. I like the idea of them, you got these cute anime girls with other assets on them, and, I like the idea of this parody kind of game industry, right? Like, the first game is supposed to be about preventing the console wars that are coming, right? And I like the idea of that, but it's everything else that's just so boring to me. I remember playing some of these games, and just to get through the first boss, I had to grind for 5 to 10 hours straight just to get past the first boss of the game, and these games tend to be way too long for their own good, and no matter what the theme is, I just don't get into them, whether it's a game like Dark Rose, Omega Quintet I think is another one, and there's the Mary Skettler games, and just none of these are for me. I cannot stand these. I think they're pretty terrible, and, combat's very clunky. It's just, they're cheaply made too, right? There's no redeeming qualities for me for these games, so sorry Nep fans, but yeah, I just don't like Neptunia. I don't like pretty much any Idea Factory Compile Heart games. Yeah, just not for me. So this next one is based off of a light novel, has a anime adaptation, and has many licensed games with it, and I find these games quite frustrating, though there are some that I still really enjoy. Others are a bit more mediocre, and then there's one that I hate, and there's going to be a spoiler warning because talking about the story for this, it's kind of hard not to talk about it because it's one of the issues I have, but it's Sword Art Online games. Now, Fatal Bullet here is one of the good ones I find. This is my personal favorite one out of the Sword Art Online games, but I still get frustrated with these games because they are, pretty cheaply made. Graphically, they're pretty just outdated, and you know, still no English voice acting despite Tales of Arise having like a Sword Art Online collab DLC where it has Bryce and Jeremy reprising the roles as Kirito and Asuna, so kind of strange why these games still don't have English. But the game I'm talking about is the first one here, and that's Hollow Fragment. I cannot stand that game at all, as, you know, gameplay wise with these Sword Art Online games, they're fine. Like, a lot of them are fun, and, you know, actual combat is very, you know, fast and satisfying and everything, but everything else with Hollow Fragment just annoys me so much. So we'll start with the plot, and this is where the spoilers come in, because for those who don't know about Sword Art Online, basically the whole premise at the start anyways is new MMO comes out, Sword Art Online, and 10,000 people are able to get it. Everyone logs in, but they can't log out, and they find out that the creator, Akihiko Kayaba, has trapped everyone in this game, and in order to escape, you have to beat the game, which is completing all 100 floors and being the boss on every floor. And if you die in the game, you die in real life. And so how this one sets up is an alternate reality from the actual series, because where this one takes place is at the end of Season 1 arc of, or the halfway point, I should say, of Season 1, the first arc of Sword Art Online, where Kirito is facing off against Heathcliff, or Akihiko Kaiba, and, you know, it's a very dumb battle. Kirito does win it and everything after some BS, but, you know, and they're able to escape. In this one, how they do it is, Kirito beats Kaiba, but some glitch happens, and, you know, they're still trapped in the game, so they completed 75 floors, they have 25 floors left to go, and because they don't know what else to do, they decide, okay, we'll just continue to play the game, we'll try and get through all 25 floors. And if you thought the original Sword Art Online has many plot holes, this one has even more, because somehow Lifa and Sinon both show up in this game, in this universe, and it makes no sense, because the whole story is the 10,000 who bought it, no one else can join in the game, no one else would, because, you know, it's like, people know they're trapped in here, so why would you voluntarily come in, right? And for Sinon's part, like, she kind of just transports into, you know, just kind of transports there, doesn't know how she got there, right? Because Sinon originally comes into Season 2 with Gun Gale Online, but she shows up here. Lifa, though, or Sukuha Kirigaya, which is Kirito's sister or cousin, but she just shows up because she's like, oh yeah, I joined Sword Art Online because I know you're trapped in here, and it's like, that that makes no sense. And then they have new characters in here, but what's really annoying is just the visual novel style of storytelling with these games, especially the early ones, because the conversations go on for hours. The stories themselves aren't very interesting, right? Like, all you want to do is complete each floor, but the game drags on and on forever with these conversations. And there's a subplot too of Kirito meets this girl named Philia who's trapped in this like hollow forest area. She can't leave it, and you don't know why, and it's so annoying because every time Kirito brings up any conversation of, oh yeah, I helped this girl, every other girl has to be like, what? Like, you helped this girl? Oh, I bet you're hitting on her. Oh, I bet you said, oh, I'm like helping the damsel in distress, and they're all jealous, and it's so stupid, and I just cannot stand this game. Because the other thing with this game is translation. This game got translated twice, because on Vita, like, this game was originally a PSP game in Japan only, I believe, then it got a Vita port. That game was so badly translated that when Lost Song came out, they retranslated this game again, and it's still bad. the waypoints don't make sense, the maps don't make sense of like where you go and how you get to the next area. It's super confusing. And if you're a trophy hunter, good luck, because the trophies in this game are ridiculously annoying to get, because one of them is, for Sword Art Online, anyone who gets the last attack on the boss, you know, the final blow, gets an extra equipment. Kirito, for this trophy, has to get the final attack, and when you do boss battles, it's a raid. You have like 20 or 30 different NPCs joining you, along with some of your party members, right? And it's so annoying because the game has one save, it auto-saves, so if you don't get the last attack bonus and you don't quit out in time, you're locked out of that trophy, so you're either never going to get that trophy or you're starting over again. And this game is like, I never beat it because I could not get through the whole thing, but I think it's like over 100 hours long, so yeah, imagine you get to floor like 9899, and then the final boss or whatever, you miss the final attack and you miss out on that trophy. Boy, would I be pissed, but yeah, it's just, there's... I do not like this game. I know a lot of people like Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, but I do not the other Sword Art Online games, even ones that I don't necessarily like. I can at least somewhat tolerate some of them, but this one I hate to a T. Now, this next game I have digitally on the PlayStation 3, and can't even remember how I got it, if it was a free PlayStation Plus game or if I just saw it on the store and thought mine looked kind of neat and everything, but it's Time and Eternity. So this game, when it first started, I had pretty good first impressions. I liked the whole 2D anime art on 3D backgrounds. It was very unique, very different from what I'm used to. Yes, animations repeat itself constantly in cutscenes and everything, so any dialogue, the mouths don't actually match the dialogue or anything, but I thought, I haven't really seen a game done this way before, so it's like, okay, this could be kind of cool, but as you play, yeah, it's just not the greatest of games. Now, there's definitely things that, again, it was an ambitious project that just didn't come together, because gameplay-wise, it's, again, starts out as like, okay, this could be kind of neat. You're basically just sort of dodging certain attacks while attacking yourself, like in this kind of weird sort of playing feel. Like, I'm not sure how to describe it. I'm showing the gameplay, right? But yeah, it's a unique type of combat, but once you play it enough, you'll find that, okay, combat doesn't really do anything, it doesn't go anywhere. Story-wise, it's the most anime type of story, because basically this guy is marrying a girl named Toki, and as they're about to get married, assassins come in and disrupt the marriage, assassinate you and Toki and things like that, right? But then you get kind of transported to a new world, and this girl Toki has a split personality called Toa, so you have Toki and Toa. I guess this is where Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got their idea of Pyra and Mithra, I don't know, but it's... So you got this anime type story, but the thing is, the game repeats itself over and over, because as you kind of time travel and beat these different assassins, you go back to the wedding, and then a different group of assassins come out, so it's just repeating the same storyline over and over and over and over again. There's no changes, it's the same deal. The main character is a douche, too, like, one of the most unlikable main characters, where he has really dumb one-liners, and just, he thinks he's like the greatest guy in the world. Like, yeah, he's just not not a great character. And yeah, Time and Eternity, it was a game that looked like it could be cool, but ended up just, yeah, not being very great, not very fun, and yeah, quite a bad JRPG. Now, the next one we have is a tactical RPG, and the reason why this one is one of the worst ones I played is because how ridiculously difficult the game is. Natural Doctrine. Oh man, like, you know, really bad PS1 type graphics aside, like, you know, because this game came out on PlayStation 3, 4, and Vita, it should not look this cheaply made, right? But that aside, it's like, okay, you're playing through the tutorials, and while it's way too complicated for its own good, there's a lot of things you gotta try and remember, which, yeah, good luck trying to remember how to play this. It's like, okay, you get through the tutorials, and then you get to the first real mission. Good luck. This game destroys you right away on the first level, on the first mission you do. It's ridiculous. Like, the game is so notoriously hard that they had to patch it to add an easy mode, and it's still pretty much unbeatable. Like, if you have the patience for this, then you have the patience for anything that happens in life, I swear, because, man, I could not even get past the first level. I tried multiple times, and it's like, I just got frustrated because I don't feel like I should look up a walkthrough to see how you get past it, and even then, I feel like even if I watch someone do this and follow their exact movements, you know, all the way through, I feel like I would still fail at this game, and you know, this game is no longer available on the PlayStation Store, right? It's been delisted, and normally I get really upset when a game has been delisted, you know, not preserving these types of games and all that. It's probably why I still have a physical of this, because even though I'll never play it ever again and everything like that, still, it's like, because it's delisted, I have it. But count yourself lucky that it's delisted. It's one of the few times where I'm like, yeah, keep it delisted, no one should play this, it's just stupid. So this next game I have is on the 3DS now. I don't actually have it physically, I never did. I borrowed it from a friend many years ago, and I'm glad I didn't buy it because it's Paper Mario Sticker Star. Now, I really enjoyed Paper Mario games. I enjoyed them even when they became a lot less RPGs and more adventure ones after Thousand Year Door, right? But a lot of the times they at least have something to keep me engaged. They at least have certain RPG elements that make it interesting, right? Like, I'm thinking Origami King was a lot of fun for me. You know, it was a fun RPG adventure, right? But this one, Sticker Star, I'm not even sure I want to fully call it an RPG at all, because battles don't mean anything. Like, you get coins out of it, but you know, there's no experience, there's no leveling up or anything like that. And these stickers, the whole gimmick of this is using stickers in battle, and it's not fun because it makes you not want to battle, because once you use a sticker, it's used up, and you need to save your stickers for other battles, right? So it's just so boring. Like, that's the thing, the game too, like, all the environments you explore in, and you know, it's bland, and the beginning of the game is annoying too, because you have to rescue all these toads in order to progress, and yeah, it's just, there's nothing I really like about this. Again, every Paper Mario game that I played anyways, I beat, and like, the only one I still need to beat is Color Splash on Wii U, but all the other ones I played, I beat, except for Sticker Start as well. And you know, there's something I can say positive or redeeming, even something like Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I can find positives with this, but for Sticker Star, I just did not enjoy myself with this game at all. The dialogue wasn't like other Paper Mario games. It wasn't very fun or creative or funny, right? And yeah, there just wasn't a whole lot for this game, and yeah, it's definitely the worst Paper Mario game I've ever played. And now we have 2 games left, and these are the worst of the worst. I think these next 2 are my least favorite JRPGs that I've ever played. First one up, Unlimited Saga. Now, I'm all for companies trying to do something different, right? As this is kind of set up like a board game, right? Where, you know, you're going through these areas and it's a lot of RNG with, like, if you're going battle or if you're going run into a trap or if it's just safe, right? But that's the biggest problem, is this game relies on pure luck to get through it. I cannot stand it. It's just, if you're going to use a certain idea for a game, you have to have a vision of how it's going to be executed, right? And I feel like there just wasn't that vision there, because board game RPG, I think, could work potentially, you know, as we've seen that type of style done before in stuff like Dokapon Kingdom, right? And things like that, but for this, it's just, you know, and this was my first Saga experience too with the series, which made me stay away from the series entirely just because of this, right? And yeah, it's too bad because, again, it's could be okay, but yeah, there's just nothing I like about this. It's one of the worst RPGs and video games I've ever played. And so, what could be worse than Unlimited Saga? Well, this next one, which not sure you would classify fully as a JRPG, but because it's a hybrid of real-time strategy with turn-based RPG, I thought I would include it, and sounds kind of cool, right? But this one, no. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom. Man, I just I don't know where to begin with this. So it starts out where you can pick either Kaiba or Yugi's story. You get a Joey story later on if you can stomach playing the game that long. And the thing is, it's like, okay, kind of cool idea of real-time strategy meets turn-based RPG, where you have this real-time strategy element going across this little field, going to different towns, trying to recruit the towns to your side, and as you run into enemies, you enter turn-based combat. Sounds kind of cool. Well, this game, the actual waiting for anything to happen, I watch paint dry faster than this. It is so slow, so sluggish. It makes, the combat makes no sense, because when you get into turn-based combat, you would think, okay, you just use your monsters to defeat the other monster, have HP and things like that, but no, instead it's done in these weird, you have 3 to 4 turns, and I still don't understand how you finish them, because so often I go into a battle, I do more damage than the other guy, and it says I still lost the battle, so my guy is frozen for a few seconds before he can move on the field again. It's like, what? And I love Yu-Gi-Oh! It's one of those things that I want to try and play every type of Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, because I'm very interested in the series. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Games for this reason of not following the card game, but doing something completely different. It's pretty unique, and I like that. But this game, I think, it's not just the worst RPG I ever played. I think this is the worst video game I've ever played in my entire life. And so those are the worst JRPGs that I have ever played. So let me know what you think in the comments. Have you unsubscribed to me now that I ranted about some of your favorite games? But yeah, again, these are just my personal choices of what I didn't like, right? So yeah, let me know, did you play these games? What were your experiences with them? Let me know your worst JRPGs that you ever played, right? I would love to hear all of your thoughts, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Thanks, have a great rest of your day. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more. Also follow me on X, Twitch, Bluesky, and I am back on Facebook now. All links will be on my About page, so follow me there. Even if it's just for the skits I do, I need someone to follow me. Okay, probably not the best way to encourage people, but anyways, I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone!